Does this sound familiar? It's 3 a.m., and once again, you're up, making your pilgrimage to the bathroom. It's not the first time tonight. This constant interruption doesn't just ruin your sleep, it steals your energy, your clarity, and your vitality for the next day. You feel frustration consuming you with every trip in the dark, while your partner, of course, sleeps like a rock. And you wonder, why me? Is aging just this? Many believe so, resigning themselves to chronic fatigue, the fear of stumbling in the dark, and the idea that they'll never sleep through the night again. But I'm here to tell you something very clear. It doesn't have to be this way. You don't have to accept a life of interrupted sleep and exhausting days. I'm Dr. Jane Taylor, a physician with over 20 years of experience. I've dedicated my career to unraveling the mysteries of the bladder and urinary system. Thousands of men and women, just like you, have come to my office feeling desperate and hopeless. But time and again, I've witnessed incredible transformations. Today, on Male Secret 60+, I'm not bringing generic advice. I'm sharing a key urological strategy, a method about how, and, more importantly, when, to drink water that will finally allow you to reclaim your nights. It's a technique so simple, so logical, and yet so overlooked that you'll wonder how you didn't know this before. Stay with me, because this knowledge won't just change your nights. It could change your life. Before I give you the solution, I want you to understand the true scope of this. Did you know that up to 70% of adults over 60 wake up at least once a night to urinate? And for many, it's 2, 3, or even more times. This has a name, Nocturia. And let me be very clear. While it's common, it's not normal. It's not a harmless price of aging. It's a siren sounding in the night. A warning sign from your body, and the consequences of ignoring it are far more serious than you think. Stay with me until the end, because I'll reveal not only why this happens, but the precise strategy, the method we teach our patients, to break this exhausting cycle. I promise the final revelation could change your nights forever, the silent epidemic and its hidden dangers. We call Nocturia a silent epidemic for a reason. People don't talk about it. They suffer in private, with shame or resignation. But in my office, I hear the real stories. I hear from Michael, a 72-year-old grandfather who loved building ship models in bottles and had to stop because his hands trembled from lack of sleep. I hear from Susan, a 68-year-old retired teacher who fell and fractured her hip on one of her nighttime bathroom trips, an accident that cost her independence. These aren't anecdotes. They're harsh realities. The problem goes far beyond feeling tired. Let's talk openly about the dangers lurking behind these bathroom trips. First, the risk of falls. In the dark, half asleep, your balance is terrible. The path to the bathroom is an obstacle course. A rug, a piece of furniture, and the consequence could be a life-changing injury. For an older adult, a hip fracture can mark the beginning of a rapid decline. Second, the impact on your cognitive health. Deep sleep isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. During sleep, your brain cleanses itself, consolidates memories, and clears out toxins accumulated during the day. When your sleep is fragmented night after night, this cleansing doesn't happen properly. The result? Brain fog, difficulty concentrating, weak memory, and, over time, a higher risk of neurodegenerative diseases. It's not age making you forgetful, it's the lack of quality sleep. Third, the strain on your heart. Every time you wake up suddenly, your body releases stress hormones. Your blood pressure and heart rate spike. If this happens multiple times a night, you're subjecting your cardiovascular system to constant stress. Numerous studies link severe nocturia to a higher risk of hypertension and other heart problems. And finally, the emotional toll. Chronic fatigue steals your joy. It makes you irritable, anxious, and can lead to depression. It pulls you away from what you love, from your people, and traps you in a cycle of exhaustion that's hard to escape. You stop being yourself. So why does this happen as you age? For several reasons. First, your body produces less antidiuretic hormone, ADH, at night. ADH tells your kidneys to reduce urine production while you sleep. With less ADH, the urine factory keeps running at full speed. Second, your bladder's capacity may decrease. And third, something few know about, fluid redistribution. If your ankles swell a bit during the day, that fluid doesn't just disappear. When you lie down, gravity stops holding it in your legs. It returns to your bloodstream, passes through your kidneys, and ends up in your bladder, waking you a few hours later. Now that you understand the gravity of the problem and the science behind it, we're ready to debunk the myths and build the solution. Debunking the myths, the mistakes that worsen things. Before revealing the right strategy, we have to stop doing what's wrong. Most people, with the best intentions, make mistakes that actually worsen nocturia. Let's break down the 3 most common myths. Myth number 1. To avoid urinating at night, I drink as little water as possible during the day. This is the most common mistake, and, believe it or not, the most counterproductive. It seems logical, right? Less water in, less urine out. But your body isn't that simple. When you dehydrate during the day, your urine becomes highly concentrated. This super-concentrated urine can irritate the walls of your bladder. Think of it like pouring lemon juice on a wound. That irritation can make your bladder nervous, sending "go to the bathroom now" signals even when it's not full. Plus, when you finally drink something in the afternoon to quench accumulated thirst, your body, in conservation mode, tries to process all that liquid at once, often at night. Paradoxically, drinking little during the day can lead to more bathroom trips at night. Myth number 2. The problem is that I have a small bladder. I've always been this way. Look, while some people may have a smaller functional bladder capacity, in the vast majority of nocturia cases in adults, the issue isn't the size of the tank, the bladder, but the pace of the factory, the kidneys, at night. As we've said, reduced ADH production and fluid returning from the legs are the real culprits. You could have the largest bladder in the world, but if your kidneys are producing urine non-stop, you'll wake up anyway. Blaming a small bladder is an excuse that stops you from tackling the root cause. And no, it's not something you have to live with. Myth number 3. A glass of wine or a beer relaxes me and helps me sleep. It can't be that bad. This myth is especially harmful. While alcohol might make you drowsy at first, it actually sabotages your rest, especially when it comes to bathroom trips. Alcohol is a potent diuretic, but worse, it drastically suppresses the release of that valuable antidiuretic hormone, ADH. So, when you drink alcohol before bed, you're creating a terrible combination. First, you're taking in liquid, and second, you're turning off the brake your body uses to prevent urine production at night. It's the perfect recipe for nocturia. Plus, alcohol disrupts sleep quality and often wakes you in the second half of the night, right when your bladder is also saying enough. Avoiding alcohol, especially in the hours before bed, is one of the most effective changes you can make. Now that you know what doesn't work, you've taken a giant step. You've cleared the ground. Ready for the strategy that actually works? The smart hydration strategy. Here's the heart of our conversation. This is the method that restored sleep to countless patients. Forget, drink less. The new mantra is drink smarter. The ASSIM method is a 5-step strategy, easy to remember. ASSIM is an acronym. Adjust, smooth, suspend, integrate, manage. Let's go through it step by step, and then I'll add 2 extra keys for a foolproof protocol. Step 1. A. Adjust your hydration. Drink more in the morning. The key principle is to front-load most of your fluid intake into the first half of the day. The golden rule I give my patients is this. Try to consume 75% of your daily fluids before 4 p.m. How do you do this? Start your day with 1 or 2 good glasses of water to kickstart your system. Throughout the morning, keep a water bottle handy and take steady sips. Don't wait to feel thirsty. Thirst is already a sign of dehydration. With lunch, another glass of water. By doing this, you give your kidneys the whole day to process the fluids while you're active and upright. You're working with your body. By 4 p.m., you'll be perfectly hydrated. And now we can start preparing for the night. Step 2. S. Smooth the transition. Land softly. After 4 p.m., don't cut water abruptly. We enter the landing phase. From this time until dinner, reduce the amount. Maybe half a glass if you're thirsty. Dinner is critical. Try to eat at least 3 hours before bed. And during dinner, drink just enough to help swallow your food. A few sips? Fine. A whole glass? Number. This gradual reduction tells your body it's time to slow urine production. Step 3. S. Suspend intake. The sacred zone. This is the strictest and perhaps most important step. Create a sacred zone of 2 hours before bed where you drink absolutely no liquids. If you go to bed at 10 p.m., your last drop is at 8 p.m. No exceptions. This 2-hour window is the time your kidneys need to do their final filtering and send that last urine to your bladder before you fall asleep. If you drink within these 2 hours, it's almost certain your kidneys will be overloaded when you lay your head on the pillow, setting you up for a bathroom trip at 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. If your mouth feels dry, rinse without swallowing or take a tiny sip, but not a glass. This rule is sacred. This is the core of the ASSIM method. But now come 2 extra steps that elevate it. Step 4. I. Integrate electrolytes. Improve absorption. This is a little trick to help your body use water more efficiently. Hydration isn't just about drinking water, it's about getting that water into your cells. Electrolytes help. The idea is simple. In your first glass of water in the morning, add a pinch, just a pinch, of unrefined sea salt and a drop of lemon juice. The salt provides sodium, which helps water absorb into cells, and the lemon adds potassium. This can make your morning hydration more effective, reducing thirst in the afternoon. Step 5. M. Manage your dinner. Control the saboteurs. What you eat at dinner is as important as what you drink. For your last meal of the day, avoid spicy or acidic foods, which irritate the bladder. Too much sugar or simple carbs, which can increase urine production. High water content foods like soups, watermelon, or cucumbers. Eat them earlier. Chocolate and caffeine, which stimulate the bladder. And of course, no coffee, tea, or sodas. Opt for a dinner rich in protein and cooked vegetables. This keeps your blood sugar stable and doesn't overload your system. There you have it, the full ASSIM method. It's not magic, it's applied science. Support techniques, boosting the results. If the ASSIM method is the engine, these techniques are the high-performance tires. They're the support strategies that maximize results. Support technique 1. Double voiding. Ensure the tank is empty. Already gone to the bathroom right before bed and felt the urge again 20 minutes later? That's because you didn't fully empty your bladder. The double voiding technique is simple and powerful. Right before bed, go to the bathroom. Sit on the toilet. Yes, men, you too. Sitting relaxes the pelvic floor muscles and allows for a more complete emptying. When you're done, don't stand up. Wait about 30 to 60 seconds. Relax. Now, lean slightly forward and try to urinate again. You'll be surprised how often a little more comes out. That little more could be the difference between sleeping through the night or waking at 3 a.m. Make this your ritual. Support technique 2, the gravity lift. Manage fluids. Remember the fluid returning from your legs? We can anticipate that process. The solution? The gravity lift. 1 or 2 hours before bed, while reading or watching TV, elevate your legs above heart level. Rest them on pillows, the couch, or the bed. This uses gravity to your advantage, encouraging that fluid to return to circulation before you lie down. Your kidneys will process it, and you can eliminate it with your double voiding. You're proactively milking your legs so they don't do it with your bladder while you sleep. Wearing compression socks during the day also helps prevent fluid buildup. Support technique 3. Contrôle du sel. We used a pinch of salt in the morning, but too much salt in your overall diet is a disaster for nocturia. When you eat a lot of salt, your body retains water to dilute it. You feel thirstier and drink more. Plus, your kidneys have to work double to flush out that salt, and they need water to do it, which turns into urine. Check processed foods, deli meats, and ready-made meals. Cooking at home gives you control. Cutting salt not only helps your bladder but also your blood pressure. We've unmasked nocturia not as a nuisance, but as a life thief. We've debunked the myths that kept you trapped. And I've given you the keys, the ASSIM method, and support techniques to take control. I remember my patient Michael, the ship model builder. After just 2 weeks with this protocol, he called me. His voice sounded stronger. "Doctor," he said, "last night I slept 7 hours straight." 7. I couldn't even remember what that felt like. This morning, my hands weren't trembling. I'm back in my workshop. I'm not just sleeping more. I feel alive again. That transformation is possible for you, starting tonight. Reclaiming your sleep is a decision. The decision to apply what you've learned. Your action plan. Adjust your hydration, mostly before 4 p.m. Smooth and suspend. Reduce in the afternoon and respect the sacred zone of 2 hours without liquids before bed. Support your body with double voiding, leg elevation, and salt control. You have the knowledge, you have the tools. The power to change your nights is in your hands. If this information added value to you, I ask for 3 simple things. First, click the like button so this video reaches more people who need it. Second, subscribe so you don't miss other life-changing health tips. And third, and this is very important to me, right now, in the comments below, I want you to do something crucial for our community. Write how many times, on average, you get up at night to urinate. No judgment, just the chance to show others they're not alone in this struggle and to help us better understand your needs. Your response isn't just a number, it's a step towards self-awareness and strengthening our Male Secret 60+ community. Thank you for your time and trust. Now, go and prepare for the best night's sleep you've had in years. You deserve it.